Hey YouTube, what is happening? How you doing? I hope you're having a great day. I wanted to make this video. This one's not going to be a review. It's going to be a little bit of a discussion. As you guys can tell, I recently grew out my hair a little bit. Got a little bit lazy pretty much. It was cold in the winter time. Got a little bit tired of shaving my head. So, like anybody else, I stopped shaving my head. Grew it out a little bit. Get my little afro. You guys know what I'm talking about. Got the lazy buzz cut going on. Had a little bit of an afro hairdo going on while growing out my big old freaking beard. I don't do a lot of videos or tips and tricks for the simple fact I've never really done them. It's not the fact that I don't know what I'm doing or know what I'm talking about. It's the fact I've never really done them. Ever since I've had my bearding journey, I've always been one of those guys where I just grow it out. Literally just grow it out. And not that it's a bad thing or anything. I've just wanted to be the guy. I'm going to grow it out and see how long it'll get. Well, in the meantime, if you never noticed before, look at some of my older videos. I had a lot of split ends and dead ends. I've only actually had my beard cut off 2 times. I'm sorry, 2 times by a barber. Let me rephrase that, because when I did my beard trim myself, I didn't think I did the greatest job. Also, I didn't know what I was doing. I just tried to make it look decent. But I've actually had it done 2 times by barbers. One was when I got married, which was almost 2 years ago. And it was a female who cut it, and she did a really good job. That also, I may add, I was still in the grow it out phase, so it didn't look the greatest, but it looked good for my weddings. That's why I did that. And the other one's what I recently did, and the guy, I think he did a really good job. I'm getting a lot of compliments on how my beard looks now, and that's awesome. Thank you all for the kind words. I do appreciate it. What I wanted to make this video for is tell you my experience and how it was when I went to the barber. I went to the barbershop. I had 3 choices in the city that I live in. The first one that I talked about or looked into was a barbershop that was, I'm going to say, about 50 years old. From what I've been told from people in the community, this barbershop's been there for about 50 years, 40 years, I'm not exactly sure. And I'm not saying anything bad about that. But I really don't know if that guy who's the main barber there, he may not be experienced into the new beard look. He may just be the clean cut guy. And I didn't want to take the chance, honestly. It was an old fashioned looking barbershop. And it looked great, of course. I walked in and I was watching him cut hair. And he didn't do any shaves of any kind or any trims or anything. And they were all just classic cuts, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that at all. And I said that I had a bad feeling about it. So I left. I didn't even go to the other barbershop, the second one, for the simple fact they don't have any kind of publicity of any kind. They weren't advertising anything of any kind. It literally was just a walk-in barbershop, which is typical, but they literally did not stand out to me at all. And the old guy barbershop, he had signs out and everything, trying to get his name out there, trying to get people to come on in. So the presentation, like I said before, presentation does go a long way, especially with a business. The second barbershop just didn't do anything for me at all, and I didn't even give him the time of day. The third one, the guy has an Instagram page. I've seen he's got a website. And keep in mind, I would imagine that my third choice, he probably, more than likely, is definitely a lot younger than the other 2. Which is okay. I just thought that I had a better connection and trust with who I chose, which was Nick from the Dapper House. He's located over here at Greencastle, Pennsylvania. I will link his Instagram page and website in the description box below for anybody that's in the area. I think he did a really good job. So what I did, I went in and he was the only person there. He's by appointment only because he's the only barber there. I went in and I talked to him and told him exactly what I was looking into doing. Because, of course, he saw my hair and he saw I needed a haircut. And he goes, "You have a really, really big freaking beard." And he goes, "Do you need it trimmed?" And I said, "Honestly, I would really like to have a beard trim because I had so much dead end on there." He goes, "We can do it." Now, of course, he's in there and I was watching him cut hair. And I wasn't being disrespectful. I said, "I'd like to watch you and see what you do and how you do things." He trimmed a couple beards. And these beards weren't as big as mine, but he was doing a really good job. He took the time. He didn't rush through it of any kind. He was asking questions to the clients that were there, what they wanted. Is this good? What do you think? He literally was doing his job and getting the input from the customer or client. And I really, really enjoyed that. And that is what I was looking for. That is exactly what I wanted to make this video for. Don't be afraid to go to a barber. I know that a lot of us can do our beards ourselves, and that is totally fine as well. Me, myself, I do have the tools. I have the Brio, I have straight razors, I have razors if I need them, I have scissors. I am still not 100% comfortable with doing my own beard 100%. I got the short little shave thing, and he knew exactly what I was talking about. I call it just the scuba trim, and he knew exactly what I was talking about. And of course, if you have any kind of brain, you know that it's not that hard to do on the sides here. And I was like, I don't want to just continue to do that. I really want to get a good trim. He knew exactly what I was going for. So what I did, I took a couple pictures of some people and the shapes and their beards and how they were before their beard trims and after. So he knew exactly what they had and what they were going for. And I said, this is the shape I want to get to. And he goes, and he's looking, he goes, we're not going to get it, but we can get you there. It'll get you started on the way to it. And that's exactly what he's done, because the beard shape that I wanted, it's going in that direction now. How long will that take? I can't answer that question, but I know I'm on the right track. And what I wanted to say is, don't be afraid to go to a barber. From my experience, for what I would say to you, take your time, find a barber. I mean, seriously, take a day, look up barbers in your area or where you'd like to go get your beard trimmed, and just walk in the door. If it's you don't got a good vibe, leave. I mean, there's no harm, no foul. I walked in and I started asking Nick a couple questions, and I was just sitting there talking to him. And as his clients left, I told him what I wanted to do, and I asked him, "Would you mind if I sit here and watch you cut people's hair and trim beards?" I was there for a few hours. I was, and people may think that's strange, but if you really appreciate your beard and you literally have put years and time into growing it out, give it the time that it deserves, even if it is in someone else's hands. And I 100% can say that I trust Nick with cutting my hair and my beard, and that he's going to be my barber from now on, and that I think it's awesome. I'm pretty sure that I'll be trimming my own beard eventually, because I do need to use the products and tools that I have. They can't just sit here on this shelf forever and not go be used. So I will definitely trim my own beard eventually. But for the time being, Nick definitely is my barber. And I really do like the time and effort that he gave me. He did a good job. Like I said, he didn't force anything on me. He didn't take off too much or whatever. Every little clip and cut he was doing, he's like, "Is that okay? Is this good? Is this what we're going for?" Don't be afraid to go to a barber. I can't say that enough. Ask him questions. Tell him what you want. Just please don't be afraid, because I am the number one person, and I don't have a problem admitting it. I refused to go to a barber for the longest time, because all you guys were on me. You got to get it cut. It's getting big. You got to get it cut. Well, I finally did it. And I even took some good advice from Brian Haywood, who runs Beards and Banjos YouTube channel. I got some advice from him, and I literally got the shape and idea from him. If you watch his video where he did the beard advice, what he told me is exactly what I did. And the only thing I didn't do was right here in the front. I didn't cut this down. And I only didn't do that because I'm trying to grow it out longer. That's the only reason why I didn't do it. So I just wanted to say, if you go to a barber, you're not going to regret it. Don't freak out. Talk to the person, communicate with them, tell them what you want in advance. That way they don't screw it up, because once it's gone, it's gone. We all know that story, and we don't want that to happen. But I wanted to make this video for you guys to give you my experience. It was great. It was a great experience that I had, and it was an old-fashioned barbershop. I mean, he had one chair. It was hardwood floored. It was like old and stained. I don't want to say it was ruined, but it had that old-fashioned look. And if you watch my Instagram, he even had free beer on tap. Now, I don't think that's available in all barbershops or if any at all. But when you walk in the door and you see that, that can be an influence as well. And I'm sold. The Dapper House is now my barbershop and my haircut place for sure. It's in Greencastle, Pennsylvania, right downtown on Main Street. If you are familiar with the area, I'll put the links in the description box below where you can find it. And give it a try. Give him a try. Tell him I sent you. He's a great guy. He's a great barber. And if you know any barbers that are in my area, put them in the comment section below. Tell me your experiences with a barber. I'd like to hear them. Direct message me on Instagram. I'll chat with anybody about a barber experience because I'm going to start going to them a lot more often. Because now that I have hair again, Mandy's really digging it. And she says, you can't shave your head for a while. So I may not be doing any head shaving videos quite as often as I used to. But that's okay. Got to make the wife happy, right? Happy wife, happy life. That's what I say about that. So I'm going to conclude this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. And like I said, comment below. Tell me your experience about your time with the barber. And let me know if you know any barbers near me. Thank you for watching the video and keep on bearding. I'll see you in the next one.